Hello chess fans, this is Rick from Chess to Progress with number 4 in the series Learn from the Classics. If you want to progress at chess, you will need to study tactics, study endgames, study the classics from the past and the present, and analyze your own games. If there's a game you would like me to analyze, you can send it to the email address classroomchess64@gmail.com. This is number 4 in the Study the Classics series, and we're going to look at a game from former world champion Alexander Alyokhin. This game was played on the 21st of March 1926. Alyokhin was not yet a world champion. It was the tournament in Semmering in Austria, and Alyokhin was white against Alekhine-Grünfeld, an Austrian chess master, famous for the Grünfeld defense that he championed and that carries his name. Alyokhin opened d4, d5 from Grünfeld, so Grünfeld does not play the Grünfeld in this game. c4, d takes c4, it's the accepted Queen's Gambit, knight f3 and bishop g4. Alyokhin writes in his comments, as far as I know it was Bogolyubov who played this variation first in Vienna 1922 against Vukovic. Also Tartakover has successfully played this variation a few times. This game clearly shows what dangers black has to deal with when making small inaccuracies. Alyokhin played knight e5, bishop h5, knight c3, and here Grünfeld already makes a mistake on move 5. He plays e6, and Alyokhin in his comments calls this a fatal mistake. It was necessary to play knight d7, after which I had planned queen a4, c6, knight takes, and queen takes e4 with a normal position. After e6, Alyokhin played g4, bishop g6 and h4, threatening to play h4, h5, capturing the bishop. If Grünfeld plays h6, then there is knight takes g6 and f takes g6, with black's pawn structure being ruined. So Grünfeld played f6, and Alyokhin comments, it's sad for black that he had to play this move. Here Alyokhin could have taken on g6, h takes g6 and e3, and he says that's also good for white. But he played queen a4 check first, c6, and now he took on g6. And after h takes, queen takes c4. It's already pleasantly better for white. Black's king will not be able to find a safe spot. King f7 from Grünfeld, e4, knight d7, bishop e3, queen a5, and here Alyokhin played a3. He said to prevent knight b6, queen d3, and then the queen can come into b4. So that's why he played a3, to take that b4 square away. Grünfeld played rook e8, f4, Alyokhin advances, knight e7, and here Alyokhin castled queenside. He said that he had thought about f5, but that would have given black a chance to free himself with a piece sacrifice, and he gives the following variation: g takes f5, g takes f5, knight takes f5, e takes f5, and queen takes f5. Alyokhin says black has now freed himself, but in 2017, if we give this position to an engine, the engine says that white is still winning after castling queenside. Grünfeld played knight c8, and now only f5. Knight d6, that knight has made a journey, knight g8, e7, c8 to d6, now hitting the queen, and the queen went to a2. Alyokhin says after queen b3, black would have had the chance to play c5. But again, the engine thinks that white is still winning after e5. It's very hard for white to ruin this very nice position. So after queen a2, Grünfeld played g5. And here c5 would fail to d takes c5, knight takes c5, and then b4 with a nice little fork winning a piece. After g5, Alekhine played h5, he keeps going forward. b5 from Grünfeld, black is running out of ideas. And e5, and Alekhine says, in combination with the next bishop move, this is the decisive breakthrough. F takes e5 and bishop d3. Now there's a variation that Alekhine gives. He says after knight c4, then there is bishop takes c4, b takes c4, and queen takes c4, white is winning. In the game, Grünfeld pushed his e-pawn, which was taken. Knight takes, bishop takes, knight f6, f takes e6 check, rook takes, and now a very nice move from Alekhine. Bishop g6 check, much stronger than winning the exchange with bishop f5. Of course, the rook on e6 is pinned. After bishop g6 check, the king cannot go to g8 because of checkmate on the next move. So Grünfeld played king e7. And another strong move, bishop takes g5, now the knight is pinned. b4, nothing else to be done. Bishop f5, rook e2, and the last move of the game from Alekhine, rook h e1. And here Grünfeld had enough and he resigned. Let's see why he resigned. If you take that rook, then there is rook takes e1 check, king d8, queen f7, and there are checkmate threats on d7 and e8, and there's nothing black can do to prevent that. Just to show you a few variations, if you prevent the checkmate on e8 by playing bishop d6, then queen d7 is checkmate, and if instead you try to prevent the checkmate on d7 with queen c7, then rook e8 is checkmate. You can also play queen b5 to protect the rook on e2. Then there is a takes b4, and white threatens to come in on a7 with the queen. If you prevent that with a6, then there is rook takes e2, check, queen takes, d5, strong move. You threaten d6, if you take the pawn, the queen comes to d5, and it will be mate very quickly. All white's four pieces are crawling all over black's king. Look at black's pieces, look at that rook on h8, look on the bishop on f8. The knight is in play but is pinned, and the only active piece is the queen, but she can do no more than giving a spy check on e3, and after king b1 there are no more checks. A wonderful win from Alekhine, a great attacking play and refuting the mistake in the opening, e6 from Grünfeld. 1 year later, Alexander Alekhine would become the 4th world champion. Hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the Chess2 Progress channel. I'm looking forward to your comments, and if you liked the video, it would be great if you could share it on YouTube. You also may want to check out my Chess2 Impress channel. The link is in the description box. This is Rick from Chess2 Progress. Thank you very much for watching.